So someone asked me recently, how do you make sense of all the financial stuff when you're running a business on your own? And honestly, that's such a great question because let's face it, small business finances can feel overwhelming, and not everyone has a background in finance. Back when I was a banker, I saw businesses of all sizes, startups, small shops, established businesses, and it was fascinating to see how financial literacy, or the lack of it, could make or break a business. But here's the thing. Even when I launched my own business, I quickly realized that personal knowledge doesn't automatically translate into systems. It was one thing to understand financial principles and another to set up processes that worked for my unique business. So today, we're going to break it all down: financial statements, budgeting, using your numbers to grow your business. By the end of this episode, you'll have a roadmap to help you gain clarity and confidence in your finances, and you'll be ready to make decisions that actually support your goals. So let's jump to it. You're listening to the Productive Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Tanya Kendrick, and I'm on a mission to help online business owners like you focus on the right things and take imperfect action. Every week, you'll get my best tips on everything from time management and content creation to planning effectively and managing mindset issues, all in an effort to help you become more productive. So let's jump into this episode. Let's kick things off with the key financial statements. Think of these as the big three. There's the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. These documents give you a clear overview of your business finances. They show you where you currently stand, they highlight trends, and they help you identify areas that might need attention or adjustment. First up is the income statement, or the profit and loss statement. It's often referred to as the P&L. This is where you get a clear picture of your revenue and expenses. It answers the million-dollar question, am I making more than I'm spending? Imagine that you're running a service-based business and you bring in $5,000 a month from client work. Sounds great, right? But if your expenses, think software subscriptions, contractor fees, advertising, if that totals up to $4,800, then you're left with just $200 in profit. That's not a sustainable model. So here's your action step. If you don't already have one, set up a simple system to log your income and expenses monthly. You can use tools like Wave or even a Google Sheet to track everything. And I just happen to have a free profit and loss template in Google Sheets. You can grab your copy on the show notes page at tanyakendrick.com/49. Next up is your balance sheet, which I like to think of as a financial selfie of your business. It's a snapshot of your assets, what you own, your liabilities, what you owe, and your equity, the net worth in your business. For example, let's say your business has $15,000 in assets, including equipment, inventory, and cash in the bank. At the same time, you have $4,000 in outstanding business loans and $3,000 on a business credit card. Your balance sheet will show that your equity is $8,000. This clarity is essential when making decisions like whether you can afford to upgrade your tools or invest in a new marketing campaign. So here's your action step. Review your balance sheet monthly to check if your assets are growing over time and to ensure that your liabilities are manageable. This will help you identify opportunities to strengthen your financial position or areas where you might need to tighten up. Finally, we have the cash flow statement. Think of this as the heartbeat of your business. It tracks money coming in and going out over time, which helps you avoid the dreaded cash crunch. Here's a scenario. Maybe you're launching a new digital product. You spend $2,000 upfront on ads, but the sales from your launch won't roll in until 2 weeks later. If you haven't planned for this timing gap, you might struggle to pay your bills in the meantime. Your action step for this report is to start forecasting your cash flow by looking ahead to your upcoming expenses and expected income. A little planning goes a long way in avoiding financial surprises. Now that we've covered the what of your financial picture, let's talk about the how of managing it. Budgeting. Think of your budget as your business roadmap. It helps you allocate resources wisely so you can hit your goals without veering off course. Now, you may wonder why budgeting matters. Here's the thing. Without a budget, it's easy to overspend on things that feel like they're urgent or shiny, but aren't actually moving your business forward. For example, have you ever signed up for a fancy software tool because it seemed like a good idea, only to realize 6 months later that you're barely using it? A budget keeps those impulse decisions in check. So how do you create a realistic budget? Let's break it down into 3 simple steps. First, list all your income sources. This could be client payments, course sales, affiliate revenue, or any other revenue streams that you have. Second, estimate your fixed and variable expenses. Fixed expenses are things like website hosting or your email marketing platform. Variable expenses might include things like ad spend or freelancer fees. Third, set aside money for the unexpected. I recommend creating a rainy day fund for surprise costs, like maybe a broken laptop or an unexpected opportunity to attend a conference. I just bought a new laptop last week, and boy, was I glad that I had that money set aside. One tip that's helped me: treat your budget like a living document. Check in with it monthly and make adjustments as needed. Here's your action step. Block out 30 minutes this week to create a basic budget for the next 3 months. If you're not sure where to start, check out episode 9, which is all about budgeting strategies. I'll link to it in the show notes. Now that you've got the basics down, let's talk about how to use your financial data to grow your business. This is where the magic happens. When you stop reacting to your finances and start using them to make proactive decisions. First up, spotting growth opportunities. Your financial data can reveal opportunities you might not have considered. For example, maybe your income statement shows that a particular product or service is consistently your top earner. Could you focus more marketing efforts here? Maybe run an ad campaign or create a related offer that you could upsell. On the flip side, your data might highlight areas that you need to cut back. If you're spending $300 a month on a tool that's not delivering ROI, it's time to let it go. Next, setting SMART financial goals. I am a big fan of SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Instead of saying, I want to make more money, set a goal like, I want to increase my monthly revenue by 20% over the next 6 months by launching a new course. So your action step for this item is to choose one financial goal to focus on for the next quarter. Write it down, break it into smaller steps, and track your progress weekly. And by the way, I talk more about how to set financial goals for your business in episode 23. I'll drop a link to it in the show notes. And finally, regular financial reviews. Make it a habit to review your financial statements monthly. Look at what's working, what's not, and where you might need to make adjustments. For instance, if your cash flow statement shows that you're consistently short in certain months, you could plan a flash sale or offer a limited time service package to boost revenue during those dips. Here's your action step. Set up a recurring calendar reminder to have a money date for yourself. Use this time to review your financials, set goals, and celebrate your wins because, progress deserves to be acknowledged. And hey, if you're looking for some creative ways to celebrate your wins, check out episode 36. I'll pop a link in the show notes. Okay, let's do a quick recap. We talked about the 3 key financial statements and how they provide a clear picture of your business health. We covered budgeting basics and why it's helpful to treat your budget as a living document. And finally, we explored how to use financial data to drive growth by spotting opportunities, setting SMART goals, and committing to regular reviews. Now it's your turn. This week, I challenge you to carve out an hour to review your financial statements and create a basic budget. That's the first step. Small, consistent actions lead to big results over time. Don't forget to head over to the show notes and grab your free profit and loss spreadsheet. You'll find it at tanyakendrick.com/49. And if you're ready to take the next step in mastering your money, check out my course, Fearless Finances. It's packed with step-by-step guidance to help you take control of your money without feeling overwhelmed. I'll link to it in the show notes. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, I'd love for you to share it on social media. It helps the podcast reach more small business owners like you. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, keep taking those small steps. And before you go, if you like what you hear on the Productive Entrepreneur podcast, then come check out the Organized Business Toolbox. It's my monthly membership for solo entrepreneurs who want to feel in control and take imperfect action to move their businesses forward. When you join, you'll get instant access to the Training and Resource Vault, and a new toolbox or course drops every month. Plus, we have monthly Voxer office hours where you can privately ask me questions and get my direct feedback. If that sounds like something you need, the link is in the show notes, or visit tanyakendrick.com, and I'll see you on the inside.